Kidd Kraddick in the morning.
The Showbiz Top 5.
Hey, it's Kellie Rasberry with your Showbiz Top 5 for Tuesday. It's March the 23rd. So what happens when a huge celebrity walks into just a random store? Well, what happens when Julia Roberts walks into a self-serve yogurt shop in West Hollywood? The place is awestruck. They fall silent. In fact, Julia gets to order her mango-flavored yogurt in peace, eat it, and leave. But once she does, this man inside the store, according to a witness, just burst into tears. He was so overcome with emotion. He then went and ordered the same mango-flavored yogurt that Julia had and dug through the trash to get out her used napkin. Now, American Idol has changed things up a bit. They originally were going to have the 11 finalists at this point to sing the hits of teen idols, but instead now they're going to sing #1 Billboard hits. And then during the results show tomorrow night, they'll have teen idols perform. You'll have Joe Jonas and his newly announced girlfriend, Demi Lovato, singing their new duet, Make a Wave. And then we'll also have Miley Cyrus performing. But not only is she singing her song, When I Look at You, she's also going to be mentoring the 11 contestants before they perform tonight. Now, Michelle Bombshell McGee has been fired as the face for Angry White Girl Clothing. Now, the guy that runs this fashion label says when he hired Michelle, she agreed to be a model in exchange for free clothing. She didn't need any other form of payment, so he hired her. But at the time, Jimmy Ferrari says he had no idea he was dealing with a white supremacist who has a Nazi fetish and a few swastika tattoos. So he has since dropped her. He says, while the name of my fashion line, Angry White Girl, is politically incorrect, it has no links to racism or fascism or white supremacy, nor does it endorse such nonsense. So not only has he fired her as a model, he's removed all of her images from the website. He doesn't need that kind of publicity. All right, Sandra Bullock, speaking of this same tragic story, she has also canceled her red carpet appearance at the Berlin premiere of the movie The Blind Side. Now, last week she canceled the London premiere, but it went on without her. This time Berlin says, no Sandra, no show. So they're not even going to do the red carpet thing there. She's been in hiding since last week when news broke of her husband Jesse James' affair, which allegedly took place for 11 months with this Michelle Bombshell McGee person. Now, according to Michelle's best friend, Michelle is the victim here. She says Michelle told her that Jesse said that he and Sandra were separated, at least, not only physically because she was, down south filming this movie, The Blind Side, while he stayed in California, but that their marriage was on the rocks and they were waiting till after filming wrapped and all the hoopla with that ended to announce their legal separation. And so she figured it was giving her the green light to continue this adulterous relationship because there would be a payoff at the end where they could be together. Well, it didn't quite happen that way now, did it? She says, though, that Michelle does not apologize for what she did because she feels like she was the victim here and that she was deceived by Jesse James. Now, another couple who might be done for good this time, Kim Kardashian and Reggie Bush. They broke up last year, got back together, worked things out, looked like they were heading towards a wedding, but now sources say things are not quite so rosy as they may seem. Last week, Kim flew down to Miami to do a little film on her sister's show on E! And Reggie was up in New York City filming or doing the photo shoot for a mail calendar he's part of. Now, during the 2-hour photo shoot, a source says that Kim and Reggie were on the cell phones texting each other fast and furiously, having some sort of heated argument. And then he excused himself to go into a private office, and they could hear them actually yelling at each other, or at least heard Reggie's side of him yelling at her on the phone. Well, later that same night, Reggie and his buddies went to a birthday party for Robin Thicke at this nightclub called One Oak. And at this party, Reggie was seen flirting with a mystery brunette for the majority of the night. Now, the next day, he had lunch with his agent, and the paparazzi were there, and afterwards they were just shouting questions at Reggie. Where's Kim? He said, I don't know. Well, he knew good and well she was down in Miami. And then somebody asked if they were still together, and he said, there will be no more questions. So is that a telltale sign, or are they just having a lover's quarrel? Because one source says the two of them the relationship sort of thrives on the passion of fighting, and that's actually what brings them closer ultimately. So that is your Showbiz Top 5 for Tuesday.